Hey guys, it's Mr. Sarley. Welcome to part C. Really? Where we're learning about our second new concept, which is called interest. The secret word is arrever. So, arrever.
Hurry there up.
Alright, so let's talk about interest. So, interest is another place where percents happen in the real world. If you have some money, and you decide to take your money and put it into a bank, what happens over time, like after a year or 2 years or 3 years, the bank actually pays you money for letting them borrow your money for a little bit. So for example, let's say that this amount is, $300. After maybe a year, you're going to actually have an extra $5 of what's called interest. And so in total, you would have $305. Maybe you keep it in for 4 years, and then suddenly, now you make an extra $20, so you have a total of $320. So basically, interest is the extra money that a bank will pay you for letting them hold on to your money for a little bit. So let's look at an actual problem. Jandrew invested $200 into his bank account. So he's taking $200 and taking that $200 and putting it into a bank account. Then it says he earned a simple interest of 3% per year on the initial investment. So he's going to get 3% of his investment, which was $200. And that's per year. So it says then, if no money was added or removed from the investment, what was the amount of interest Jandrew received at the end of 2 years? All right. So Jandrew put this $200 in the bank, and now he's going to get an extra 3% of that every single year, just for letting the bank hold on to his money. So let's figure out how much 3% would be. So $200 is his whole investment, which would mean that 10% would be $20, and 1% would be $2. And then it says he gets to keep 3%, so I'm going to scale up by multiplying by 3, which would give me $6. So what that means is that Jandrew's going to earn $6 per year. And it's in interest. But we're not done, because the last sentence says, what was the amount of interest Jandrew received at the end of 2 years? So if he makes $6 in interest in 1 year, then all I have to do is multiply that by 2 to figure out that in 2 years, he's going to make $12. So for interest earned, I'm going to put $12. And the last answer says, what's the total value of the investment? Well, he still has that $200. That's what he put in. But now he also gets an extra $12 in interest. So his money after 2 years is worth $212. This is why it's a smart idea, if you have some money, to give it to a bank for a while, because they're just going to pay you interest for letting them hold on to your money. All right, let's try a couple more examples. Number 2 says, Casey invested $350. She earned a simple interest of 4% per year. So it's going to be 4% per year. If no money was added or removed from the investment, what was the amount of interest Casey received at the end of 5 years? Okay, so again, Casey puts $350 in the bank. She's going to get an extra 4% of that in interest every year for 5 years. So let's figure out how much 4% of 350 is. So 100% is 350. 10% is going to be 35. 1%, if we're dividing by 10, hopefully a lot of us are seeing what this is going to be, would just be 3.5. And then 4%, we would have to multiply this by 4. And if you do 3.5 times 4, 4 times 5 is 20, 3 times 4 is 12, 13, 14, and then move the decimal point over, we would get $14. Alright, so Casey gets $14 in interest per year, but she earns more than that because she does 5 years. So you have to remember that that amount, we have to multiply it by the number of years, which would be 5. And if we do that, we would figure out that Casey gets $70 worth of interest. That's $14 per year, 5 years in a row, so that's $70. And then, what's the total value of the investment? Well, she put $350 in the bank, so that money's still hers. And then she earned $70 for interest, which means that after 5 years, her money has grown, and now it's $420. Alright, for number 3, I definitely want you guys trying this on your own at this point. You should end up figuring out that the interest is $18 per year, and then multiplying that by 3 years and figuring out that the interest was $54, and then finding the total value of the investment, which was going to be $354. So see if you can get that on your own. Alright, and for this last one, you should definitely also do this one on your own. Don't forget that it tells you how many years the money's in the bank. You should end up with $24 of interest and a total value of $424.
Hi guys.
Hi, Dianita. Guys, when you're done with this, head over to part D.
Give it a like because I'm here.
Yeah.